So last night, while I was working on some visuals for a video project I'm trying out, we're basically working on soon, a thought that occurred to me while I was discussing with some others about some of the things happening with Metroid Prime 4 that's been annoying some people as of late. You know, the Miles guy. And it had me thinking about, like, you know, the types of characters that just be constantly interrupting the gameplay, constantly trying to tell you like what to do instead of just letting you figure it out for yourself by playing the dang game. You know, use your brain cells and shit. And I had this idea, right? So, let's say you make a game with a tutorial. Like, the kind doesn't stop you constantly. You can progress at a decent pace if content is not like full-on speed run through fast. Now, there'll be a child on the side. You can ask this child for help if you get stuck or forget something. You're like a child NPC. The child will call you stupid if you fail basic things several times. Let's say jumping over a gap, or failing to block a slow projectile, or refusing to crouch so you just run into a wall like a dumbass. And they use more advanced moves to cross the same obstacles to flex every step of the way. Moves that you can do. Also, if you're familiar with the controls. Now, how angry would this make people? Mind you, and it's also only started if you fail something multiple times, like at least 3, right? Personally, I think that would be hilarious. Because the only way you would even get all these insults from this kid is if you're failing the goddamn tutorial repeatedly. Like, it shouldn't be that difficult to just jump over a gap if you already know what you're doing, right? Shouldn't be that difficult to parry if you're already familiar with, you know, timing when pressing a button. So I just wonder about it, you know, like, would this hypothetical NPC get more hate than other certain characters that have gotten hate over the years for being annoying when you're just trying to play your game? Like, for all the shit people used to give Navi and Ocarina of Time back in the day, it sure does feel like that's like the standard now with some franchises for some reason. Like Norse era God of War or something. You think we would have left that stuff behind with like Mega Man X5, with Aelia constantly interrupting you throughout the whole playthrough? I don't get it, man. It's like trying to play the Sonic Heroes tutorial and Omochao stops you like every 5 seconds to explain things instead of just letting the level design kind of do it. I don't know, man. Just don't make sense to me. Look, if I'm gonna have a character try to teach you how to play the game, I'd rather one who actually like it's a bit more like nonchalant about it, like they're not constantly getting up on your case about every single little thing, just like, heck, one of my most preferred tutorial stages was this one example I noticed for like Wario Land Shaker, where like instead of just having people like explain the moveset to you, there would just be pictures in the background showing what button to press and a picture showing what happens when you press the button. And that just seems so much simpler, like way more intuitive. Like, it's literally just an image showing what the goddamn button does. Can't get any more simple than that. If you still fuck up with instructions that simple, maybe you just can't be helped. I don't know. And needless to say, I actually really enjoyed that tutorial level because I'm able to just blitz my way through the stage as fast as I can instead of needing to stop every 5 seconds to be told how to do something. Because once you actually know the controls, you can kind of just speed run the level instead of having to stop constantly. Like read. Granted, and I kind of grew up on an era of gaming where instruction booklets were still a thing, so I did do plenty of reading on those before I even put the disc in the dang console, especially on like the car ride home from the game stores. But hey, it's even here and there and there. Tutorials are in everything now. No more instruction booklets. So if I have to have a tutorial in the game, at least have some goddamn fun with it. Like, let's do some tongue-in-cheek type stuff. And I really think like this idea where a literal child NPC on the side talking shit if you suck at the game would be pretty funny. Because again, they wouldn't be saying this if you're actually good at the dang game. Like, the main reason why I would have it so that they would do more advanced moves to get through each stage of the tutorial more efficiently than you would be to show that this is something that you can do with the with the starting moveset. Like, you could do this too. You just gotta like use your halo, like, oh, I could chain together these moves to actually get across these obstacles even more efficiently than the basic instructions I'm already getting. Now sure, maybe I could like have like a inverse in that case where it's like, if you actually pull off these moves in the tutorial instead of doing it the standard way, maybe the NPC kid will actually be impressed and think you're kind of cool. Because you're actually, like, styling with it instead of just doing it the basic way or sucking. I don't know, just some food for thought. Just some food for thought, I don't know. In fact, here's some examples. Let's say there's, like, a climbable wall that you need to get up, right? You could just do that the normal way, but the way the kid would do it would be start with a high jump in order to get up a decent amount of it and then start climbing. Maybe at the top way quicker that way. Maybe say there's a gap that's so big it probably would require a double jump. But just to flex, the kid ends up using a long jump instead since it's not too much of a height difference. And maybe you can do like an air trick in the middle of it just to flex. Because why not? You know, like, just basic stuff like that. You know, like, things that you can just straight up do this yourself if you really wanted to. The instructions on the sign there isn't telling you to do this. But you can totally do this if you want to. There's some player agency there, like, actually, like, doing these moves in your own way, like some degree of freedom in this. The kid is just showing like, yeah, there's some more advanced methods. You could probably do something even more technical than he's doing. Maybe he'll be like really impressed, I don't know. I mean, that sure would be something, right? Of course, that's all provided you actually like learn the controls and realize that you can do a whole lot more than just the bare minimum with the moveset. Sometimes I wonder if I might be a bit like too mean-spirited about this or anything, but at the same time though, like, I don't know, man. A lot of these game journalists out there just be like struggling with some of the weirdest shit to me. Like, how are you paid to play and review video games if you're struggling with things that like It's like the basic stuff you'd probably figure out in like the first few games you ever play. Like if you're like well versed and experienced with a genre, there really shouldn't be any excuse at that point. Like, I don't know, man. And then there's like people like Darkside Phil. I do not want all of gaming to be dumbed down constantly just to accommodate people like this. Like, dude, how are you struggling with the goddamn Nintendo games? Like, dude, these are like the easy to learn type stuff. Like, they make it very intuitive and shit. You should not be struggling. No. You're just actively choosing not to think and like use your head to figure out how this very basic puzzle works. I refuse to believe that like the vast majority of people who are actually playing video games are that incompetent. That is ridiculous. Use your brains, people. It ain't that freaking hard. Like, I know I've been hearing some stuff about a competency crisis in general, but like, it's literally like pressing buttons on a controller to make the character on the screen do things. Like, there literally be like whole ass instructions telling you how to do every single little thing, and y'all just be not paying attention to it and then struggling and wondering like, why is this game so hard, or why is this game suck, or why is it not intuitive? You weren't paying attention. Just pay attention to what the game is telling you what to do. God damn. Swear to God. You know why I decided that this NPC should be the age of a child? Because that should be the minimum age that you should be in order to be capable of playing this stuff. Like, real talk? When I was a kid, I wasn't just playing like Spyro the Dragon. I was playing like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and stuff. Like, sure, I wasn't doing some of the more crazy advanced combo stuff I was doing as a teenager, but I had the basics down at least. Like, goddamn. I was playing plenty of hack and slashes type games from like at least 10. Sure, maybe you could say I was a bit too young to be playing God of War, but my parents considered me mature for my age, so I guess it was fine. Kingdom Hearts? That shit was great. I had plenty of fun with that when I was like, what, 12? I'm pretty sure that's like rated E10. I guess what I'm getting at is like, it shouldn't be so difficult to just be able to figure out how the game works, like how to play through it without needing your hand held through the whole dang thing, constantly being nagged at by NPCs on how to do every single little thing. Like, it should be fairly simple to understand. Sometimes as simple as just having a picture on the screen telling you press the button to do the thing. Now sure, when it comes to more advanced stuff like say menu navigations and how to equip like different special moves onto your hotbar or whatever, yeah sure, it might require a bit more explaining at that point, but like if you're sucking at like doing the basic stuff like jumping and dashing and attacking while also being able to dodge at the same time, then like, I don't know, man. You might need a bit more time in the oven before we can just let you out into the rest of the game, because like, clearly something isn't clicking if you're struggling with the basics. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on matter. The way I see it, like, we need like skill check NPCs. We need like an NPC that like shows up and is like, do you got the sauce? Because like, you ain't gonna get through the rest of the game if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. May seem a bit rude, but rather just be honest about it. Let's be real. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to the grind on some other stuff.